That's the way Europe is celebrating success this summer. Good afternoon, and many thanks for joining us this afternoon here today on the first full day of IFA 2016. This year, we're expecting trade visitors from more than 130 countries and counting. IFA has truly become a global meeting place. And because IFA in its outlook is so global and in its reach, today feels like a little bit strange. Because for the first time in our history, both keynotes on our opening day are being delivered by CEOs from companies headquartered in Germany. While this is very unusual, the selection of both companies is not. Both firms are truly global, with a rich technology heritage. Their international brands recognize wherever your business trips take you. This morning, we heard from Carsten Ottenberg, the chief executive of BSH, appliances with brands like Bosch and Siemens appliances. Just in case you couldn't be here, Carsten Ottenberg outlined his vision for the consumer experience in the connected kitchen. Digital technologies, cognitive agents are transforming our home. They will give us a seamless life, effortless in sync, meeting our needs before even we spell out this. And now, this afternoon, we will hear from Zetsche, the man in charge of Daimler, and the company that's best known for one brand, Mercedes-Benz. Some of you might ask, a car company here at IFA. And I'm the first to admit IFA Berlin is not a car show. We couldn't be. IFA is the world's largest, most popular consumer electronics show. And that's why we are so pressed for space. We wouldn't be able to accommodate lots of car companies as exhibitors. We have no empty halls. But there's a very good reason why we invited Zetsche to speak to us today. I don't know whether you have noticed, but these days, people don't just buy cars anymore. Well, okay, of course. They're still in love with their cars. The design, the sound, the roar or purr of the engine. But what people buy is not a car, it's a mobility experience. And what they are driving is also not a car, it's a computer on wheels. Arguably, it's the most complex computer in consumers' hands. And that's before we even have started to talk about self-driving cars. But make no mistake, consumer electronics companies are not manufacturers for cars yet. And consumer electronics retailers don't sell cars either, yet. But just a few weeks ago, I spoke to the CEO of a large electronics retailer, and he told me that his company is already exploring whether one day they might be selling cars. Well, I have my doubts that we will buy a premium car like a Mercedes alongside TVs and fridges. But what happens is this: cars will more and more become an integral part of our digital technology experience. They will become the largest and possibly the most important user interface of our technology experience. Cars will be, for sure, the most complex IT products. And who better to shape and manage this complexity than the company whose founders invented the car 130 years ago. Once we drive fully autonomous, fully connected cars, our relationship with the car will fundamentally change. Cars will turn into quality time machines. And I can't help myself. If that's the case, we need somebody to show us the way back to the future. So please welcome the CEO of Daimler and head of Mercedes-Benz cars, Zetsche. Thank you.
Ask a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see? I
Thank you, Mr. Heidegger. Welcome to Daimler at IFA 2016. This movie is evidence that our mobile devices are pretty. But it's way more than that. Fully self-driving cars will be the greatest upgrade in the history of the car. They will deliver freedom to their passengers, the freedom to use their time on the road to do whatever they want. And for Mercedes, this journey has long begun. The car is steadily developing into a quality time machine. Today, I want to show you how exciting innovations can assist to make the time spent on the road even more efficient and even more enjoyable. We believe the right combination of hardware and software can really create the magic here. The car will increasingly learn to play 3 different roles, along with being a more and more supportive driver. First, the car will turn into your individual office manager. Second, it will be your fitness coach. And third, it will become your personal assistant. These roles can very soon make your everyday life both easier and better. At the same time, step by step, they bring us closer to the level of freedom that only a fully self-driving car can provide. Just for the record, driving a Mercedes or being driven by a Mercedes, it will be a lot of fun either way. Let's start with what keeps most of us busy for a big portion of the day: work. Anyone who has ever had to commute to work, and that is just about all of us, can identify with the following scenario. You are stuck in traffic, and once you get out of the car, your phone looks like this. Emails, messages, and missed calls are piling up. And there's nothing you can do other than feel your blood pressure rise. Some people try to get around this with do-it-yourself creativity. That's a worthy effort. But it's not efficient, not convenient, and most of all, not legal. This actually is a real photo from the German police. There has to be a better solution. We are proud to introduce in-car office. It will be available in the first Mercedes models by the first half of next year. The service, based on Microsoft Exchange, helps to get things done along the way. In-car office knows about your next phone conferences and dials you in automatically while you're in the car. It is aware of your next appointments and navigates you there seamlessly. You don't even have to think about it. And your car will suggest making a couple of phone calls from an intelligent and dynamic call list while traveling. Let's see. Oh, Zetsche wants to speak with me. I will call him right after that when I'm sitting in the car again. These are 3 small but efficient steps to use your time in the car well. And instead of falling behind in work while on the road, you can actually get ahead. We have big plans with our in-car office applications. We will roll out these services across all Mercedes models and service providers, and we keep adding more applications. We are, for instance, now real-world testing the full WeChat integration in China. It's no secret that some of the app's 760 million users also use WeChat while driving a car. So we want to make it safe, convenient, and legal. And we are already thinking beyond that. Once the car does even more of the driving, there's no reason why you shouldn't do video conferences, Skype, and FaceTime calls in your car as well. And we are not only extending opportunities, we are also extending resources. Latest example, we have added a new R&D and IT hub in Tel Aviv to our global R&D network, so we can provide even more innovative solutions in the future. The more work you get done on the road, the less time you will actually spend in the office. And thus, you win back quality time to share with your loved ones. The next big field that I believe holds almost unlimited possibilities is health. You know how it is. You sit down for breakfast, you sit during your commute, you sit at your desk, sit through conferences, sit on the couch, in a restaurant. People sit all the time. The average German today sits more than 7.5 hours every day. Some doctors say sitting is the new smoking. And they're probably right. The result is, well, excuse my language, literally a pain in the ass. And the pain moves to other parts of the body too. And I agree, long road trips don't make it any better. On the other hand, cars have come a long way in terms of the comfort they provide today. When compared to a saddle, even the world's very first car was a huge improvement. And here comes the next big leap forward. We call it motion seating. Motion seating makes sure you do not stay in one unhealthy position for too long. Think of it as your personal and cooperative fitness coach. Someone like this. In the car, it looks like that. The cushion and backrest slightly move every now and then, so your body stays in motion. You'll have to experience it to really believe how good it feels for your back on a long journey. Yet, physical pain is just one part of the story. There's a whole variety of factors that can influence your well-being or stress level on the road. Therefore, I'm very happy to welcome a guest now who looks beyond the physical challenges caused by extensive sitting from a professional point of view, the mental health coach of our Mercedes DTM racing team. This team obviously can handle stress. It has won 29 titles since 1988. That makes Mercedes-AMG the most successful brand in the history of the DTM series. Please give it up for Harald Pachner.
Thank you, Dieter. Thank you, Dieter. Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, we don't have something like motion seating in our TDM cars. So our drivers have to be in a really good physical shape to master sitting in a race car with lots of forces affecting the driver's body. Yet physical discomfort is just one part of the story. As a DTM athlete, you have to deal with many high-stress situations during a race, but also during the entire race weekend. For instance, there is the need to perform at a very high level, a lot of pressure, and of course, a lot of noise. Yeah, that's what it sounds like the whole day. You may think our job as TDM coaches is to produce a perfect, stress-free environment for the driver. And we certainly work on that. But you cannot eliminate every stress situation for your athlete. It's much more productive to make the best of it. Our task is to shape the time spent in the car to a healthy level. Instead of trying to avoid stress situation, we try to provide tools to get our athletes out of the situation stronger than they entered it. How do we achieve that? We use a whole package of interventions and action that allow the athlete to feel up to the task. For our TDM team, this package includes target-oriented mindsets and tools to regulate the activation levels. We try to provide ideas that allow the driver to really eliminate any distraction. Here you can see an exercise with Lucas Auer to train his sensual perception by limiting some of the inputs. Here Lucas cannot see and hear properly. That's one way how athletes learn to eliminate distractions and listen to the perception of their body. They have to fully focus on their driving and ignore noise, pain, and anything else. You have to be absolutely confident that you're fully capable of managing the situation. This allows you to stay calm and be on the point. And that's the secret. The more you love being in the moment, the better the more successful your future will be. The more you feel capable of the current task, the higher your output quality and performance will be. And I mean, after all, that's true for any car driver out there. The more you're focused on driving, the better and the safer it will be. The more you're busy catching Pokemon or doing anything else not related to driving, the worse your driving gets. And it's more dangerous for everyone on the road with you. You could call that fulfillment, the feeling that you're totally in the right place at the right time, permanently, kind of already arrived. We try to get our TDM drivers to that stage on the racetrack. And if everything really works out perfectly, almost magic moments can happen. Let's watch a video of Lucas Auer in Sanford to show you what we are talking about. Here is an almost impossible overtaking. This was the best thing I've ever done in my life. I love it. In this video, Lucas really was, we call it, in the zone. Not too much stress activated, but at the same time, not too little. The next curve here shows that constitution nicely. That's where humans are the most efficient, just in the right balance. And this also is where racing is the most efficient, the safest, and the most fun. In DTM, we need to deal with many influencing factors to put our athletes in the zone of their ideal performance. The ideal physical as well as mental constitution. And for everybody who's not going after the DTM championships, but still drives long distances every day, this balance can also help to arrive healthy, safe, and relaxed. Maybe the car can support this and act more like a personal health and fitness coach. And finally, take over parts of my job for every driver. But I will leave that part to you, Dieter, and say thank you for listening to my short insight in the daily challenges of our DTM drivers, and please keep your fingers crossed for our team. Thank you.
Thank you, Harald, for that insight. I think the best way to avoid sitting too long in the DTM car is just to finish first. But that's not an option for your daily commute. We want every Mercedes driver to leave their car in better physical and mental shape than they entered it. As Harald said, efficient relaxation or activation is a matter of the combination, the right combination of more than one factor. You all know these massage chairs in shopping malls or at airports. Seriously, would you relax in an atmosphere like that? I doubt it. At Mercedes, we've got something way better than that. It's called active comfort. Active comfort efficiently packages several features in the car, from lighting to air conditioning, from scent to massage functions, and from heating to music. As a result, the whole environment in the car is actively adjusted to enhance the well-being of the passengers, simply by hitting one button. Looking further ahead, the car will develop even more to be your personal health and fitness coach. By using data from its own sensors and wearable devices, the car will know about your state of body and mind the minute you enter. It will keep measuring while on the go and will react accordingly. And we have more ideas to keep your well-being high and blood pressure low. The car will take responsibility as a personal assistant. I'm sorry, Harald. First field of activity, the Mercedes Me concierge service. When building our concierge service, we thought about nice hotels as an inspiration. In a really good hotel, you might just walk over to the concierge desk and get a recommendation for a restaurant, including a reservation for that nice table by the window, directions and transportation. The next day, you might stop by for advice on places to go, things to see, and the tickets for a show in the evening, all discreetly arranged for you. Sounds great? I agree. But why not enjoy this kind of personal assistance at places other than expensive hotels? We want to provide each and every Mercedes driver with this individual convenience. That's why we launched the Mercedes Me Concierge service. It feels like having a personal assistant inside your car, making your life easier and more enjoyable. Just think about the best moments you've had in the past few months. You might recall a great concert, a beautiful dinner with good friends, a special night out dancing, or a strong game on the golf course. Things like that. What you certainly do not want to remember is ordering the tickets, making the reservation, or calling the taxi to get you there. That is the exact idea. The Mercedes Me Concierge service will be there for you. The best thing is it works inside your Mercedes as well as outside with a simple click on the Mercedes Me app. It is available today with our new E-Class. Like this one here on stage, more models will follow shortly, and your in-car personal assistant will take over even more annoying tasks in your daily life. Consider this: if there's one thing I love about cars, it's driving. If there's one thing I dislike, it's parking. I'm not talking about maneuvering a car into a space, even if that can be a hassle for some too. We've already solved that problem. This E-Class here remote parks directed by a smartphone app. The big issue is finding a parking spot in the first place. How often have you arrived at a location well on time, but were still late because you spent another half hour finding a place to park? What if your car took that problem off your plate too? That is what we want to do. Right now, we are testing community-based parking in Stuttgart, together with our partners at Bosch. Mercedes cars are packed with sensors. Up to 55 kilometers per hour, they automatically scan the side of the road to find a suitable spot to park. Now, we want them to share that information. Location and size of free parking spots are sent to the back end and forwarded to other Mercedes cars in the area. As the first step, we're going to provide drivers with information on areas and streets that have a great likelihood of free parking space. As the next step, we plan to share real-time information on your closest free parking spot. And we are also going to show data on free space in public parking garages in the head unit of Mercedes or the Mercedes Me app. We are also pushing a second parking project. If your car exactly knows where that one untaken space in that parking garage is, why shouldn't it just drop you off at the entrance and drive it there himself? And later pick you up when you return. Parking simply will not be an issue in your life any longer. And you've got extra time to do what you like to do. So, once the car is conveniently parked, why shouldn't it just sit there and wait? Here's how it can work for you in the meantime. None of us ever seem to have enough time, yet our cars have plenty to spare. The average private car is parked for nearly 23 hours a day. How can we level that mismatch better? After all, cars are machines. Machines are supposed to work for us. Just imagine you forgot about a birthday tomorrow and you need a present as soon as possible, or you know you'll be in big trouble. Or even worse, it's your wedding anniversary tomorrow. Yet ordering at the last minute is one thing. Getting it delivered on time is another. It's a pain for all of us who are busy away from home during the day. Because that's exactly when the postman will deliver your stuff when nobody's home. The result? On Saturdays, the post office looks like this. Everyone is there with you, happily spending more of their precious time waiting in line. So, how can your car, with all of its free time, get you out of this mess? The answer? Use the car as a personal mobile mailbox. First, it's easily accessible for the postman on the public road. About 60% of all smart city cars, like the one here on stage, are parked outside on the street. Second, it's safe. Deriving from our car-to-go car sharing experience, we can use both hard and software to make cars easily accessible and safely locked at the same time. Third, it's reliable. High standards in terms of insurance, liability, and data security apply. With DHL, we found a strong partner to start this service in Germany now. You can also order at some of your favorite online shops like Amazon, All You Need Fresh, and Fashion ID, and have your goods delivered directly to your smart. Our new service is called Ready to Drop. Let's see how it works. First, you need a smartphone and a connectivity box inside your smart. When you order something online, you generate a transaction number and type it into the address field. With this code, the postman will be able to find your car, open it only once, and leave the parcel inside your trunk. This also works the other way around if you wish to return something and need someone to pick it up from your smart. It's really easy. The beta launch is going to start this fall in Stuttgart. We will continue in Cologne and Berlin and roll it out across many other big cities in Germany. We also plan to bring this service to Mercedes cars early next year. If you want to join in now, simply apply at smart.com. And we have more tools to support you. Last year, 3 young employees working in different functions at Daimler came up with an amazing app idea. It's called Pactris, and today is their demo day. Please welcome the Pactris team, Sebastian, Gabriel, and Toni on stage now. Hi guys, tell us more about your app.
Yeah, so I think everyone knows the problem. You are at the furniture store and you're buying stuff and you fill up your shopping cart. But when you then reach on the parking lot, you find out, okay, I have no idea how to fit that into the trunk. And that's exactly the thing that what Pactris is helping you with. Pactris shows you what and how it fits in your car. And the coolest thing is, it shows you before you even leave the shop.
Wow, that really sounds great. Now, how does it really work?
So first, you download the app from the App Store. Second, while you shop, you scan the barcodes of your app and scan the barcodes and get the information of the packages you want to load and put into your trunk. And third, Pactris gives you the message about how all the boxes fit into your trunk and how much space is left in case you want to shop more.
Wow, that sounds really good. I know this problem very well. Actually, I remember last year at our Digital Life Day, I met you guys, and you were presenting this idea, and it was nothing but an idea at that point of time. Now, several months later, where are you now?
So it was a really great time. So because we were able to do it in kind of an in-house startup next to our normal job, and we are proud to announce that Pactris is in the Apple App Store since yesterday. And right now we support the Smart 4 and the Smart 2, but we will add further models shortly. And after all, it's been just a year from idea to app.
Wow, that is really amazing. I can assure you none of our cars is developed in 1 year, and many other things neither. So you obviously have done an amazing job here. Thanks a lot, and congratulations to your Go Live event yesterday.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Pactris is one out of many proof points that Daimler is more and more returning to the startup spirit this company was built on 130 years ago. It also shows that packing, loading, and delivering is a big topic for us. We'll show more innovative delivery ideas from our Mercedes-Benz van colleagues next week. And again, these solutions will be even more convenient once we get closer to fully self-driving cars. A fully self-driving car could, for instance, pick up groceries or laundry from the dry cleaners, get the kids from their soccer training, and grandma from the dentist. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, let me point out one more time. Everyone is talking about digitalization and the connected car. All of that offers huge opportunities. But one thing is also very clear. Software alone will not be able to take you from A to B. It is the total package that makes for a great mobile companion. People will get more and more chances to really use and enjoy their traveling time today and even more so tomorrow. We do not exactly know what the car will look like then 10 years from now. But we do know that it will be of great value to all of us. That's why our cars have long begun to be quality time machines. They help you to win back time through technology and enhance your individual freedom to decide what you want to do with your time. And again, that freedom of choice always includes driving a car for pure pleasure. We will certainly never forget that at Mercedes-Benz. Today, we have focused on ideas for the inside of the car. Of course, we've got many, many more. We will bring some of those to Paris Auto Show by the end of the month, as well as some great new Mercedes and smart products. So be sure to tune in. Thank you very much.